Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're joining me again, thank you so much for returning. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you're new to this and don't know how this works, it is a general reading, so everything won't resonate. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Also keep in mind that roles are interchangeable, so you should place yourself and those in your story wherever you know they belong, because only you know where they belong. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get right into this. I just wanted to feed off of the energy of this Cancer new moon. And you guys, in the pre-shuffle and the spread that I've already pulled, the collective is coming into a very abundant time with cornucopia, number 11, which is like wish fulfillment. So this is an energy that indicates that all of the hard work that you've been putting in has paid off, and you're about to reap the fruits of your labor. For a lot of people, in a way that you couldn't even begin to imagine. And for many, it's going to seem like it comes out of nowhere. But you've been doing that work, right? Now, that being said, I feel like a lot of the collective, even if you're not in the limelight in terms of like social media or something like that, you're shining right now, and it's because your energy is vibrating, because you've been doing the inner work, right? And so things are beginning to align for you. And so with that, I feel like you're attracting energies. You know, the light attracts everything, right? It's not just the good stuff. We attract the not so, I can't even talk. What the flim flam. We attract the not so good things as well, right? And so I feel like there's an energy here. I know I hate to say it, of the past, where I feel like someone that you may have walked away from, or who may have walked away from you, is all of a sudden finds themselves either paying attention to you, if you're somebody who is a content creator, or just, you know, does some sort of social media. You don't even have to be a content creator, just maybe you have an open platform and people can go and look. So I feel like you're calling a lot of attention from different places, of which one of those is someone who walked away from you, or who you walked away from, and they can feel your energy. They can feel that you have risen. That sounds crazy, right? But they can feel that your vibration has risen since you and them disconnected. And I feel like they're almost bothered by that, right? Because they're now in a place where they're asking themselves questions that they have never asked themselves about you, about whatever the relationship dynamic was, why things went the way they did, or why they did what they did. And I feel like somebody here wants to speak, because I see the fifth chakra, you know, come out, and I don't feel like that's you. Although I am going to say, collective, that in all of this, part of the reason why you're shining is because you're finally getting, look at that, alarms are going off. Yeah, so I feel like somebody here is going to receive some sort of a message or something, that, you know, some sort of alert randomly from somebody, that comes in randomly, or it just seems like that, like, and I feel like for the collective, it's going to be a bit shocking, just because you're not expecting for this person to like communicate with you. But anyway, coming back to what I was saying about you speaking your truth, you're finally speaking your truth. You're finally standing in your power. I feel like you're also finally speaking up for yourself, and defending yourself and defending your authenticity by living in it. And again, I feel like that's attracting a lot of different kinds of energies. There are people who are just, to be honest, just jealous, right? They're envious of your light, and you know, it's crazy, right? Because everybody sees the glory, or wants the glory, but they don't know the story, right? Behind what it took to get to where you are. So I feel this energy coming in from the past, where the person is looking back at you and they're like, oh wow. And I'm gonna pull from tarot, but this is just what I'm getting from here. The person is looking back at you like, did I fuck up? Like, I feel like they're having certain realizations. I also feel like for a lot of the collective with women holding heart at the bottom of the deck, we're coming out of our comfort zones when it comes to dating. And so allowing ourselves to be not more accessible, that's not what I want to say, but to just be more present and allow ourselves to like go out and mingle with other people. I feel like you're attracting love into your life, and I feel like for those of you who are who can resonate with this or going to experience this, it's going to be somebody who is really in complete harmony with you, right? You just feel like, oh, like this feels so peaceful. It feels so nice. Like this person is really present with me. This person sees me. I see them. It's like, it's the mirror, right? I mean, even though we're all mirrors to each other, I feel like you're just going to connect with this person in a very peaceful way is what I want to say. I do feel like some of you, again, and this is something that continues to come up, and I'm going to keep talking about it because it is just what the energy is. There's traveling involved here, so I feel like either somebody is looking to travel back to you, whether that means just to have a conversation or, because they want to, make some sort of proposal, offer you something. But I feel like there's somebody at a distance geographically, right? There is, a body of water between you and somebody else for whoever that's resonating with. And I feel like a lot of the collective is going to be receiving messages. And as I say that, I also remember that I believe Mercury goes retrograde next month in July at some point. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, so you guys know how that works, right? When Mercury is retrograde, wow, there's a lot of sirens going on in the background here. Lots of like police and cops, whatever you want to say, fire truck, just a bunch of stuff going off. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of stuff is going to be popping off for the collective within the next couple weeks. Yeah. So I feel like this new moon energy especially has people in their feelings because, babe, it's Cancer. And we know that Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's a water sign. And so I feel like with that, it's almost like this, for those of you who resonate with the part of, somebody from your past wanting to come, just looking back at you basically and wanting to come in, I feel like this person is feeling a lot. There's a lot that is is coming up for them that they probably didn't even realize was there. But I feel like what's activating that is seeing you in your light. So yeah, I feel like they see you, and they can also feel that you're about to win. Yeah, with Temperance here, Sagittarian energy may mean something to you, may not. But it is that fire energy. I do feel that a lot as well. I feel like this new moon in Cancer, plus the solstice that we just had, like I do feel this sense of like people are getting things done finally, but I feel like things are balancing out for the collective now more than anything, right? It's like you're finding that balance, or things are starting to balance out for you karmically, right? So divine is making sure that you reap the fruits of your labor, that the scales are balanced, because I feel like the collective has been going through a very hard time. With Temperance here, I do feel like, Temperance is a card of patience and waiting and, just being calm, right? While you wait. So I do feel like if some of you are waiting to receive something, whether it's a raise or, some sort of, increase in your finances, hearing about something, like Spirit is saying, be calm, just allow things to unfold, because it is gonna come in, but don't rush anything. You don't want to rush anything, right? Here's the Page of Swords that flipped out, and I am getting, even though that is the Temperance card, I am getting an energy of like second chances, almost like the Judgment card, where someone has some sort of epiphany and they want a second chance. The Page of Swords, somebody is watching you. I feel like the world is watching right now, but I feel like somebody is watching with this desire to communicate, right? They haven't, the Page of Swords is, you know, if you look at her, she's got her sword back here. So I feel like they're holding back that communication, but they are watching. And I do feel like you inspire whoever this is. And I also feel like for whoever this person is, I feel like, again, like you haven't communicated with them. This could be a friend. It could have been a friend. It could be a family member. For some of you, it's an ex-lover, an ex. But I do feel like as they're watching you, it's almost like right now everything you're touching turns to gold, right? Like you're the creator of your own reality. And I feel like for whoever this message is for, you're making things happen and the world is literally watching. The Queen of Wands came out. Yeah. You are magnetic. You are mesmerizing. It's like there's this magnetism to you where people, it's almost like the world is watching and you look like magic. Like you look like magic, right? The Queen of Wands, it's like the world is watching you pursue your dreams and make them come true. And even if you haven't experienced this yet, even if you're not entirely in this energy, this is what is coming in. This is the energy that this new moon is coming in. I feel like right now the collective is being inspired to actually foot to pavement. And I say that because like I've even experienced it. Like yesterday, I had made a post on my Instagram talking about how I utilized the new moon energy to the way that I chose to manifest this new moon was that I chose to live that manifestation. I chose to live already as if, and when I tell you, it was like this experiment that I was just inspired to do in that, like from moment to moment. And I was living in it, right? So I do the social media thing and I don't want to, say too much, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to write this new moon, right? This time around, I'm not going to write. The energy for me was do, right? You are already living that. You are already in that space. All you got to do is move as if you are. That's it. You just have to your body has to catch up with what already is. And I feel like that's the thing with the collective. So circling back to what I said, I was very active on social media yesterday, like in a way that I am not typically active, and I have been. And I feel like for me, that is that inspiration where I'm actually, living in that reality the way that that actually has been set up and arranged for me for a long time. I just haven't actively been doing it. I haven't been putting in the work in that sense, right? And so I feel like the collective is doing that right now with this Queen of Wands. If you're not doing it, that's what you are being encouraged to do, right? If you have a dream, you can plan as much as you want, but you get, at some point you got to do something, right? And the Queen of Wands, she doesn't care what anybody else thinks. That was another thing. Wow, this coming full circle. I even posted on my TikTok about something like that, right? One of the things that you have to have if you're going to be on social media is before you even get on here and try to open up a platform and welcome people into your space, you got to have thick skin, right? And so I posted about that, and I posted saying like, listen, you got to be prepared for somebody to always have an opinion and for somebody to, hop onto your comments for absolutely no reason to try to hurt your feelings, trigger a response out of you, or something along those lines. So make sure that you have you got thick skin on smash. Like you're good, you're confident, you're not gonna be swayed, you're not gonna be broken, you're not gonna be any of that, right? Because you know yourself. So and also in order to come onto social media and make a career out of this, or with anything, with anything, to be honest, anything. You can't give a fudge what other people think. That's the worst thing that you could do is, comparison is the killer, right? The thief of joy is what they say. But also it's the killer of dreams, right? Trying to compare yourself or trying to worry about what somebody else is thinking about you or what they're going to say about you or, what they feel, opinions. Like, you can't. You have to have tunnel vision, and you have to go. It has to be team you, right? You got to be your biggest cheerleader. And I know that's one of the most challenging things to do because we are our hardest, biggest critics, okay? Us individually, right, to ourselves. But the Queen of Wands does not care. The Queen of Wands doesn't care. She dances like nobody's watching. She's going to do them. She's going to talk to the tree with whoever's around. She doesn't care. She's going to ground herself. She's going to follow her dreams and her passions. And I also feel like you're magnetic right now. So you're very attractive. You're just in a very attractive place in your life. And that's causing some people to be jealous. Tell me about walking away. The Death card. Yeah, see, somebody here doesn't want something to end. This is Scorpio energy, by the way, as well. May mean something to you, it may not. But Scorpio is also a water sign. But there's somebody here, I feel like, who does not want a situation with you to end. I feel like they walked away from you, but now it's like they want to double back. Yeah, and there's something here. There's somebody who's holding on to something. But also for those of you who are resonating with, trying to chase a dream and wanting to have a certain lifestyle, nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So part of having that lifestyle is knowing that you're gonna have to change some things in your life, if not everything, right? Certain things have to change. So it's like going with the flow and understanding that you can't have the same patterns of behavior that you did, when you weren't chasing your dreams. Like, some of you have to switch things up. Some of you have to get with the program. Some of you are just waiting and taking too long. Six of Cups. I can't make this shit up. Somebody from the past is coming back. Somebody from the past is watching, is paying attention and wants to come in to communicate, okay? Yeah, and it fell right on yin right here, which is incoming. Yin is about receiving, right? So there is some sort of a message from the past, okay? I'm going to dig a little deeper because I'm also getting another story here, but there's definitely love on here, right? I feel like it could have, look, I say that and the Ten of Cups came out. Can't make this up. For some of you, this is somebody that you were in a relationship with for a long time, and it could have been a marriage, and you split up. You could be going through the process of a divorce even still. Maybe some of you haven't even completed that yet. And this person now, I feel like there's a desire to heal something here. There's some sort of desire to work something out, to come to a compromise. While others of you, this is somebody that you did end something with, whether it was you that walked away from them or them that walked away from you. But I feel like you walked away from each other, and it was almost like either they never let you go emotionally, or you never let go of them emotionally, or vice versa. I really feel like it was them who did not let you go emotionally, because I feel like there were other factors here that came between whatever this situation was. But the Ten of Cups nevertheless did fall out, and I feel like this person feels like you might be their soulmate. And even if they don't talk like that or think in those, in that exact way, they feel just a very deep connection with you. It feels peaceful. It feels easy to be together. It feels like you just click. Like, it's not too hard. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. They don't have to pretend to be somebody else. And I feel like that person wants to come in now to reconcile. Yeah, the Two of Wands is like they're planning, how do I come in? What steps do I take to reach out, to the collective right now? And again, for some of you, I see this at the bottom of the deck. This is renewal. Okay, there's some sort of a renewal here in a relationship, or in a part. It could even be a friendship, you guys, or a family issue. Okay, so do the story thing. Take the storyline and apply it to yourself however you see fit, right? But somebody here is really trying to make a decision on how to move forward with this, right? Or they're coming out of their comfort zone, is what I heard Spirit saying. Like somebody here is trying to take that first step, right? The Six of Pentacles, yeah, 2 6s here, right? 6 6. And June has been an interesting month, at least for me. So it may have been for some of you as well. But 666, angel numbers, 66. July 6 might be significant to you. I don't know why I just heard that, but I feel like July is going to bring a lot of changes for the collective. With the 6 of Pentacles and Temperance here, yes, this is all about balance. So again, you are about to reap the fruits of your labor. Excuse me. And I feel like if you have had, issues with money recently, like that's about to change. But just remember that also part of, changing your behaviors is changing how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself during times where you're not happy, or you're not content with what's going on around you. It's holding on to that faith and being kind to yourself and having, that unwavering blind faith that things are going to get better. The Six of Pentacles says, here that, yeah, the universe is going to be, delivering abundance to you. Part of your job is to share that abundance, right? Because when God gives us gifts, they're not meant for us to keep all to ourselves. They're meant for us to pay it forward, even if that's just using your voice to stand up for somebody. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Somebody has choked up because they have something to say, and I feel like just something keeps holding them back. So again, this is about advocacy, advocating for yourself. Some of you, if this is a work situation, Spirit is saying make sure that you advocate for yourself and you negotiate. Don't ever take less than what you deserve, okay? And remember that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. 8 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, and it fell right under walking away. And then I have the 3 of Wands here, okay? The 3 of Wands is about expansion and it's about something that's coming in. So I feel like somebody who walked away again is now feeling like they want to come back. Oh my gosh, clarify that 8 of Cups. This Mercury retrograde. Yeah, so I feel like they may feel like they made a hasty decision. Like the Page of Wands in the reverse it really is just like maybe they made an impulsive decision. Yeah, the Hangman is here. And now it's like they want to surrender to this situation. I feel like now they want to sacrifice. But it's almost like they're lacking direction now, right? And this is not gonna, this won't resonate with everybody. Tell me more here. Yeah, the 7 of Cups. Yeah, there was somebody here who had, a lot to choose from. And I feel like someone made a wrong choice. Yeah, the Lover's card. Okay, this is the card of choice. Can't make it up, you guys. Somebody made a wrong choice here, or they feel like they made a bad decision. And I feel like, I'm gonna take it. The 2 of Cups. I can't make it up. This is the King of Cups. Somebody has a lot, and the pen and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this is somebody who, like I said, the storylines vary, and take whichever one applies to you. For some of you, this was a situation where things ended, but somebody never really let the other person go emotionally. And I feel like that relationship or that connection is going through a process of renewal right now, where this person is coming back in. And even if they haven't communicated with you yet, they will. 8 of Pentacles. I feel like they're working on it, or they want to work on this. They want to work this out. For some of you, it could have been that this person had to, abruptly end this situation because they needed to work on their finances with the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. But I also feel like they could have gotten, caught up in other options and other things here. And I feel like for those of you who this was the situation, right? The person had to walk away from you or you from the person due to, issues just with either finances or just the timing wasn't right. I feel like that comes back around right now in this next, especially with Mercury retrograde coming back. You guys, if somebody comes back from the past and you don't want to deal with them because they were a POS to you, they weren't healthy, you can forgive somebody and stay away from them. Like, you don't have to allow them to come back into your space and into your energy like you did that time before. It doesn't have to be like that. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like in order for you to truly forgive them, you have to, re-engage with them, because you don't. I've forgiven people and, literally have never spoken to them again, nor do I have any intention on speaking to them ever again. And I've forgiven them truly. Like, I wish them well, the best. Peace be with you. But I have no intention on re-engaging with them, let alone opening a door, a fucking window, a fucking rabbit hole back into my life ever again. Because that's just what that was. That cycle is closed. No need to go back there. I learned what I needed to learn. Hopefully the person learned, or the people learned what they needed to learn, and so on and so forth. So don't let anybody guilt trip you into, do you really forgive me if you won't speak to me anymore? I absolutely do. I forgive you, but I love myself enough to know that I have passed that stage in my life and I'm all the way over here now, and I have no intention on looking back. So loving yourself enough to know that, don't allow anybody to guilt trip you in that way. Now, for those of you that this was a connection that wasn't toxic, okay, it just, timing was off, situation just wasn't right. I feel like that comes back around and it is going through some sort of renewal here. For others of you, the past is coming back and I feel like you're not interested at all. Like, regardless, like, even if you engage with this person, I feel like it's just like, yeah, just being straight up like, yeah, nah, I'm not interested. Okay. Yeah. So tell me about, I just want to see what's the death card in the reverse. The 5 of Cups. Yeah. Somebody is grieving the loss or grieving the ending. Somebody regrets the decision that they made. Okay. Somebody is sad about it. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, I do feel like it's all about timing, so it's only a matter of time before this person communicates with you. But also I do feel like the communication here might come in unexpectedly again. I do also feel like, I feel like somebody here, this is not for all of you, but somebody here that was connected to somebody who's now going through financial issues. And I see that and I see this, I say that and I see the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So like making a poor investment. Okay, even if that investment was in somebody. If this is the 5 of Pentacles, and I think it is, rejection, poor investments, lack of abundance, lack of money. So somebody is in that energy right now. And again, it's not for all of you. It's not for all of you, but somebody rejected you for other options here. And I feel like they made a very bad decision because they're about to witness you live life abundantly, fruitfully, in a prosperous relationship. For those of you who don't have, I feel like they are mad, right? The 9 of Wands is about perseverance, but it's also the wounded warrior. So I know that you've been through a lot. But also I feel like somebody here, the way that she's standing, all I'm getting from this is like, the person is mad that you don't, and this is not for everybody again. For those of you who decide, I'm not fucking with that person, like not with a 100-foot pole, that person is going to be very jealous and is watching you. Okay, Hierophant, Taurus energy might be significant, may mean something to you, it may not, but the Hierophant is Taurus energy. The Hierophant is about commitment. So for, again, for many of the collective, I feel like with the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I feel like they might be two offers though. I feel like there might be this person from the past who comes back in for some of you, which was a very unhealthy situation, somebody who made you feel very much rejected, and comes back around when there is a soulmate who is already in your life, right? I feel like if you guys haven't or not in that energy yet where you've met somebody or you have rekindled something with someone who was not toxic. I'm not talking about an unhealthy narcissist or toxic relationship. I'm talking about somebody that just the timing was off. That relationship is going to go through a renewal. And I feel like somebody else comes in to try to intercept, and they're gonna, oh my God, I just noticed the King and the Queen. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna take that. Yeah, because you guys are meant, it's like you, again, this is a relationship that's coming in that is in harmony. I feel like it's like you both value the same things, you share the same morals, you share the same belief systems, and that doesn't have to be in terms of religion, even though the Hierophant is. And so many of you, if you are a religious person, you share the same religion. Some of you are just just share the same like things. You have a lot in common, right? You both like to read, or you both like to have deep conversations. You're deep thinkers. You're what's the word that I'm looking for? Sapiosexuals, right? You're attracted to the intelligence in each other, and I feel like that relationship, that situation really has the potential to go all the way. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. This is about engagement, happy family, moving in together, or just a real solid commitment here. A relationship that is built on love and trust and truth. And faith. It's like literally a relationship. I'm hearing Spirit say a relationship that's been divinely orchestrated and was put together by God. It's like, it reminds me of that, of a quote that I read one time. That's like, that relationship. I want the type of relationship that people look at us and say, you can tell God put those two together. And I feel like that is the energy of of this relationship here. That's either, for many of you, it's a new relationship. For others of you, this is a renewal, a relationship that really got stunted. It didn't get far. You could have been dating this person, maybe, for a couple weeks, couple months, and you hit it off with them, but it ended abruptly, or for whatever reason, it came to an end. And now this comes back around. And I feel like for those of you who this is new love, or even with this renewal, I feel like there's somebody from your past who is going to watch you be very happy in all of your abundance. And that person is going to be mad. Yeah, King of Swords, because it's somebody who you cut out, somebody who was very cold to you, and who lacked like just empathy, compassion. Yeah, and it didn't go anywhere with the Ace of Wands in reverse. But I do feel like this person does want to communicate. They're just being quiet right now. You guys, Spirit is telling me, should I pull anything else? You know what? Let me pull. No, I'll continue from here. Anything else to close out? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're gonna Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Yeah, somebody took too long and now they want to rush their way in. Yeah, Six of Swords. They want to come towards you because they see you in your abundance. They see that you are killing it on your own. You're single and you're prosperous and you're doing a thing. You're living your life. And I feel like now they want to come in to balance the scales. Again, some of you are going through a divorce, right? But if justice comes out, they were unfair. They probably lied. They were just not nice. 9 of Cups. You're sitting in your energy, like getting what you want. But now for many people, not just this person, whoever's energy that I'm picking up from the past, but for many people, I'm going to stop there. You are the star. You are calling a lot of attention. You have healed so much and so well. And I feel like now all people are going to be able to do the people who did you dirty, the people who overlooked you, the people who, they rejected you, they're going to sit back and watch you thrive, watch you live in your purpose and get everything that you deserve. And I feel like it's going to be, for many of you, it's going to be on display because the star is, this is Aquarius energy and this is about hope and about healing. But the star is usually somebody who, like, you gets a lot of attention, right? It's just like, I'm here, I've arrived, and even if I'm quiet, you're gonna notice me, you're gonna notice I'm here. So I feel like, yeah, this is the world is gonna watch you win, right? And the seven of wands is like, protect your energy, protect what you've built, protect your space, protect your peace. And make sure you stand 10 toes down on your boundaries. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for sticking with me for this long. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated with you, if it did. I don't know if I said that right. So let me know how. Give me a like if you enjoyed it. Share it with someone else. And hopefully you consider, if you haven't already, subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in connecting with me on any capacity or receiving a personal reading of your own, what else? Following me on any of my socials, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Enjoy this new moon energy. Peace, love, and light. Mwah.